Hello, I've been asked a couple of times why I decided to build a hurdy-gurdy, and here I am going to show off my hurdy-gurdy now that I've finally, after a few different iterations and modifications, have got it actually working properly and sounding actually halfway decent. Um, the initial reason I built a hurdy-gurdy is one simply could say I wanted to. I was first introduced to the hurdy-gurdy when I was a teenager, some 30 plus years ago, um, where when I was doing Renaissance era type reenacting, um, another musician had a hurdy-gurdy, and I thought it was kind of an interesting instrument and just sort of filed it away from there. Um, so the reason I decided to get into building the hurdy-gurdy is I wanted to upgrade, get a larger harp, um, from a 26 string to a 34 string harp, or 36 string. And I tested a harp that I learned could either be purchased as a whole, already assembled harp, or purchased as a kit. Well, I looked at the company that sold that harp as a kit, and I didn't really want to go into debt buying a new harp. Um, so I thought about the idea of building it, and they had a few other instruments, including a hurdy-gurdy. But for something that I wanted to build, I didn't really want to spend money on that kit for it, and just kind of stumbled around and did some searching on the web and came across a a plan actually, or a kit, or even pre-built a plan I could download for free. The instrument was aptly named Nerdy Gurdy as opposed to Hurdy Gurdy, and the reason why it was that named that was because the whole thing is laser cut and 3D printed. And all the little tangents inside, they're hard to see on the video, but all the tangents in the key box are 3D printed, including the front bridge and the rear or main bridge, um, along with some of the little supports and things like that. And then finally, the main crank handle or knob is 3D printed. So I'll lift that string off of there. So this hurdy-gurdy or nerdy-gurdy is what they call the 6.3 version. I have modified it. I changed the bridge out and I changed the tail out. This is technically the third wheel on it, and tuning it and getting it just perfectly sized for the strings and everything. One of the comments that I kept reading on these is that these are very difficult instruments to tune and get to work properly, because there's all the little tangents and the tension of the string has to be just right against the wheel and everything else. So the 6 strings include the 2 drone strings, the melody strings, and the trumpet strings. So I'll start with one string at a time, starting with the first drone string. So that's one drone string. I'll add the second drone string. I'll add the first melody string. I'm going to and the second melody string. Now the hurdy-gurdy is literally played by cranking the wheel, and then as I press each of the keys, I push them upward, and the tangents then press the string. Now, the next ones are the drone strings. I'll add the first, or the trumpet strings. That extra buzz is from the trumpet string. So I will actually, just for demo, then I'll add the last trumpet string. So just for demo, I'll remove the drone strings and the melody strings. Well, those are the melody. And what they're doing is they're literally just, I'm lifting the strings up a little bit so that they aren't contacting the wheel. Those are the two trumpet strings. And to get that to work, it's literally just a matter of kind of almost stopping the wheel and then starting it again. So logically, it's pretty easy to play. And actually, I'll go ahead and add the other strings back. Logically, it's pretty easy. It is tuned in G. And it's just a matter of cranking the wheel. So the bass keys, the lower keys, there's two sets of keys. The lower keys are the natural notes, and it starts at A from G. To tune each one of those, it's literally a matter of twisting the tangents so that it's tuned into the right note as it represents. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then it starts over again, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So it actually covers 2 octaves. And then the upper keys are my half steps or accidentals. So depending on which way it goes, so if I start with this one, that's a G sharp or an A flat, and so on. So, you know, and you can add that to get that extra. So that's my hurdy-gurdy. Again, the couple of modifications from the 6.3 version is I upgraded the bridge, the main bridge, instead of the laser cut bridge, which just didn't look it wasn't very attractive in my opinion. The tail, now the tail was again laser cut pieces that were put together. This tail I cut from a solid piece of walnut, and then I stained the key box and the wheel and the walnut, and then I actually added a veneer to the wheel, a walnut veneer to the wheel. Otherwise, the whole thing is essentially 3D printed and laser cut and put together. Thanks for watching.